Great. Well, welcome everyone, and welcome to this Mindfulness UK session as we start the week on a Monday. Just going to admit another person. Hey, Eva. Of course, Eva, I was just starting, so you arrived at perfect time. So, yeah, welcome everyone. Today we're going to do a body scan practice and see if we can notice how often the thoughts and feelings and emotions that are going on in our mind also get translated and are held in our bodies. I've heard it said, and perhaps a good way of describing it, that we hold our issues in our tissues. So we'll just touch base with a body scan to see if we can get a sense of where that is and just maybe soften into some of those places. But before we do that, I'd like to start with just a short practice to arrive fully in the moment after the weekend and for some of us a busy morning. And then we'll do the slightly longer body scan practice and finish with an inquiry. So as we practice, it can be helpful to participate in a relaxed and mindful way. It's the start of the week, and so it's good to just let our bodies and minds unwind a bit and to use the breath and the body to release any tension. So I'm going to start by asking you to find a comfortable sitting position and maybe just rest your hands either on the top of your legs or in your laps in a way that's comfortable. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to take a long, slow breath in and just stretch in whatever way is most comfortable for you. It could be a big stretch with your arms up into the air, or if you're in a public place, it could just be a small scrunching of your shoulders up into your neck, whatever feels good. So, yeah, we all just settle and then, yeah, big, slow in-breath and a nice stretch in whatever feels comfortable. And a slow out breath as you relax back. And then another deep in breath and a stretch out. And relax as you breathe out. And maybe just one more time. An in breath. And a long, slow out breath. And then just allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. So I'm going to invite you to sit in this comfortable position, ideally with your knees the same level as your hips or slightly lower, just so that your back is comfortably straight and you can be alert. You may wish to close your eyes or just lower your gaze, whatever's comfortable for you. And now I'm going to invite you to place one hand on your belly or your chest. And just see if you can bring your focus and your physical sensations, physical feelings together, so that as your breath passes in and out of your body, you can sense the breath coming and going, but also physically feel it as your chest or your belly slightly moves to fill and then recede into place. Just feeling the soft rise and fall as your body does its natural thing and breathes. So the invitation is to consciously be aware of what's happening in the present moment in a non-judging and kind way. We're not thinking of the future, not reliving or reminiscing about the past, not wishing the present was any different. Just being present and allowing it to be as it is. However calm or stressed or peaceful or busy, just being with it, with a kind and non-judgmental attitude of curiosity. And we're allowing this focus point, this feeling of the body, filling with breath and emptying with breath, to become our anchor to the present moment, to what's actually happening right here, right now. It's always moving, and yet it's also always here, a place of calm and refuge from the incessant chatter of the busy mind. And if at any point you notice that you've got pulled away into thoughts or emotions, just giving a little inner smile and gently bringing your attention back to the anchor with a kind and non-judgmental attitude. It's a smile because this moment of realizing and returning to the here and now, this waking up out of thoughts and emotions, this is the practice. To keep just coming back to the present and allowing it to be. And if at any point you feel overwhelmed by thoughts or emotions, whether now or at any point in the week, just remembering that you can always bring your attention back to this anchor, to use it to settle, to rebalance, stay with it as long as you need. And coming back to it again. and again. And as we move to wrap up this landing practice, just noticing if those words pull your attention into thoughts of what's next or other thoughts. And if so, giving another little inner smile and just bringing your attention back to the body for another moment. And then I invite you to, just in your own time, gently open your eyes and come back together. And maybe have a little stretch or move around to make sure you're comfortable if you like. Okay, so we'll just have a sort of short pause if anyone wants a sip of water or to get up or move. And then we'll go into the main body scan practice. Okay, so if you're ready, maybe settle back into that relaxed position. Just looking to be comfortable but alert. And either just lower your gaze or close your eyes, whichever you prefer. And I'm going to invite you to just place your attention on the breath as it passes in and out of the body in its natural rhythm. See if you can just let your attention follow that natural rhythm as the breath enters the nose, passes down your throat into your chest and belly, and then flows back out again. And now that we've established that anchor, I'm going to invite you to widen your focus slightly to include the body, so that each time you breathe in, you just mentally scan up the body from the feet to the top of the head. And then as you breathe out, scan gently back down the body from the top of the head back to the feet. We're not changing the breath or controlling it, just allowing the body to breathe in its own natural rhythm and following it. And now that we've settled into our bodies, I invite you to bring your attention to your feet, where they're resting on the ground or the floor under you, stable, solid, just carrying the body. If you want, you can just give your toes a little gentle wiggle to help focus your attention in your feet. You can maybe scan backwards and forwards from your toes to your heels. And now bringing your attention just up slightly to your ankles, balanced above your feet. To your calves, to your knees. To the strong thigh muscles that carry the body in movement. the fulcrum of the hips. And to your bottom on the chair. Maybe comfortable, maybe slightly uncomfortable, just noticing the sensation. And then back to the familiarity of the belly. Just gently rising and falling with each breath as the body naturally does its thing. And if you notice that your attention has wandered, a little inner smile as you notice it, and just bringing your attention back to the soft movement of the belly. And if there have been any areas of tension maybe in the lower half of your body as we've been scanning through, maybe some tightness or a little bit of ache or discomfort, just widening your focus now to the lower half of your body and just bringing your attention to any parts that are a little bit tight. Perhaps you could say with each in-breath and out-breath, sensation arising, sensation passing. Maybe a new sensation arising, and then passing. Just seeing if you can allow that feeling to be there, and in allowing it, can allow it to soften. And now if you could bring your attention to your back as it holds the body up. Maybe just slowly follow your attention up your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Up into the muscles of the shoulders. And then down both the arms. Through the biceps down to the elbows. And the forearms down through the wrists to our busy hands, with all their myriad uses. Seeing if you can allow the fingers and the hands to soften. And then taking the attention back up the forearms, through the elbows, back up to the shoulders, and up the back of the neck. This is often an area that tension is held, so you want to just scrunch your shoulders a little bit, just to loosen them and help keep the attention there, then feel free to do so. And then taking the attention up around the back of the skull, to the top of the head. Bringing it onto the forehead. And the eyes. Feeling how they can relax. We're not using them at the moment. Bringing the attention to the nose. And the mouth. Now our chin. And our throat. And down into our chest. Feeling our ribs. And then just settling for a moment in our heart. Noticing if there's any sensation or feeling. Perhaps you can feel your heart beating, or maybe a cool sensation, a warm one, perhaps light and airy, perhaps heavy and sad. or perhaps no feeling at all, perhaps simple stillness. Everything is fine, there's no right or wrong, just being aware of whatever feeling is there. And if your attention wanders, just an inner smile as you notice it and return. And in a similar way to the lower half of the body, we just widen our focus now to the upper part of the body, just being aware of any particular places of stronger sensation. It might be a place of tension, a little bit of tightness. It might be the sun on our face. Just noticing it, allowing it to be. And now widening the attention to feel the whole of the body together. From the tips of the toes to the top of the head. Noticing the whole body. Maybe including any particular areas that are calling, but also sensing that it sits within a wider, larger space of awareness. And just feeling and sensing that whole body, this extraordinary miracle of living. And because the body often mirrors and follows our thoughts and our feelings, just going to have a little bit of fun, seeing if you can feel the body as you are, and just notice if there's any changes in the body or any lack of changes as I mention various words as if they were thoughts coming into your heads. And see if you can just notice any changes or lack of changes, but remain focused on the body rather than being drawn away into thoughts or emotions. Calm. summer. Winter. Friends. Frustrated. Angry. Forgiving. Loved. And safe. And now, as we approach the end of the practice, just invite you to just scan gently through your body and notice if anything has changed or not changed since the start of the practice. There's absolutely no right or wrong, just noticing how it is right now. And now, if you'd like, in your own time, to open your eyes and have a gentle stretch, move around as we come back together. And now I'm going to open the floor and see if anyone has any observations or comments or questions. Just before I do, I'd like to just set an intention, which is that this sharing helps everyone to awaken to the peace and well-being that are their natural birthright. And I'm also going to just stop recording before I forget.